This is just the craziest sight I've ever seen in my life. The only time I can really find time to take trips like this is super late on Friday nights after a long week of work. Over time, I've really fallen in love with these late night trail runs. As we're airing down our tires and checking out our maps for the last time, there's an excitement and an anticipation in the air. We don't know what this next adventure will bring, but we're ready for it.
These rocks. Road here, did they block it off?
I mean, looks like people go through, but it's going to be tight.
Straight. You're clear. You look good back here. So if we stay to the right up here, we'll be at that first camp spot I mapped out in just a second. 10-4.
Yeah, campsite's pretty cool.
Yeah, good spot.
We made pretty quick work of setting up camp, but by the time everything was said and done, it was pushing midnight. Now I was pretty determined to stay up a little bit longer and enjoy what was left of this beautiful full moon night. I'd had sitting around a campfire on my mind all week long, so that's exactly what I was going to do. Ryan and Mason actually decided to join me as well. There's really no better cure for a long, stressful work week than sitting around a campfire with a couple close friends and a glass of whiskey. We enjoyed what was left of this beautiful night, and then we decided to turn in and get some rest. There's nothing quite like a quiet morning at camp. We decided to stay a while and enjoy this one. Besides, how could you be in a rush in a place like this? Hey everybody, and welcome back. Out on another camping trip today, and we just came up for a quick weekend trip. I don't have the kids with me this weekend. Every once in a while, I like to have just kind of a weekend to myself, enjoy some of the camping aspects of these trips a little bit more. But I gotta say, I already miss their little voices, and it's just not the same without them. So there's pros and cons to each kind of trips, but definitely missing the little kiddos on this one. Our plan for the weekend is just a short little camping trip. We got in late last night around 10 o'clock, had a nice little campfire, stayed up pretty late, talking, hanging out, enjoying each other's company, and just kind of had a lazy morning. It's about noon right now, and we're just getting ready to hit the trail. Just wanted to show you guys our little campsite, kind of tucked away in these big boulders here. Really enjoyed the campsite, minus just, come on guys, people left trash in the fire pit, and then this just kills me. you do stuff like this and it just permanently ruins it. So set aside from those two things, pretty awesome campsite, but I don't know, if you guys are seeing this video and you go to places like this, treat them with respect, clean up after yourself. I'll probably pick up these beer bottles, but man, do better.
BLM land accounts for approximately 15% of California's total land mass. That translates to 15.2 million acres of BLM land in the state. And that's where we're at this weekend, somewhere in that 15.2 million acres. Ryan did his homework for this trip. He had plenty of waypoints marked in Onyx Off-Road of things to check out in this area. None of us were in a hurry though. Our plan was just to enjoy a day of exploring in an area we had never been to before, that beforehand we all kind of just took for granted. It's a local spot that is not very well known, and previously we had never really given a second thought to it. There was some very cold weather in the forecast, and we were even expecting some rain this afternoon. We chose to come here because it had the best weather forecast in the area, and we just really wanted to get a camping trip in before the busy month of October. We didn't expect it, but this place really surprised us.
Another pretty cool campsite, but dear Lord, this is terrible. Really? Such a bummer. Well, that was a pretty cool campsite. We were debating whether or not we were going to call that home for the night, but the weather that we were possibly expecting today is definitely kind of moving in right now. Wind's picking up, rains, can see rain in the distance, can smell rain, and temperatures dropping a little bit. So for right now, we're gonna see if this storm kind of passes us by, do a little bit more exploring in the trucks.
Shortcut.
See if we can find another campsite.
The rain moved in pretty quickly, but it didn't seem like it would be too much, so we decided to continue with exploring. From what we could see on the map, there seemed to be remains of an abandoned structure, maybe a cabin or a house. So we decided to head in that direction and check things out. And of course, along the way, we were taking note of various campsites that we may or may not want to call home for the night.
Checking out an old abandoned house up here. That feels safe.
Right on the door. Affordable fixer-upper.
But even then, interest rates, man.
Yeah, right.
Yikes. What a mess.
What?
Well, we've spent the better part of the afternoon just exploring as much of this area as possible. We've scoped out some pretty decent campsites. That house back there was pretty cool to go check out. It was quite a wreck, but nevertheless, just something cool to see. We're getting to that point in the day where the rain's clearing up a little bit. The sky might be clearing up a little bit. And we're ready to find camp. So we're gonna see what we can find. Hopefully, maybe go down a little bit in elevation because it's turning out to be a pretty chilly evening. Most importantly, we're just trying to avoid getting the tents wet. We'll see what the evening brings.
The sky continued to clear and opened up to a beautiful golden hour. At this point, I decided to stay back a little bit to take some photographs, because that's one of the things that I really love doing out on these trips. While I was doing it, Mason, Ryan, and Lexi continued their search for camp. When I got back on the trail, they let me know over the radio that they had found an epic campsite, but we were going to need to do some wheeling to get to it.
All right, start cutting the passenger. Cut it hard, cut it hard.
So a little bit of adventure getting into this campsite. I've seen some pretty cool campsites in my day, but literally nothing compares to this thing. I don't even know what to say about this. Before I show it to you guys, don't even bother asking, because no information will be given about this spot. This is crazy. I mean, you got like solar lights and fortresses, bird feeders. I don't know exactly what all this stuff is. I have no words. I've never, ever. I mean, somebody has truly built a fortress up here. There's a piano. There's a freaking piano. This is just the craziest sight I've ever seen in my life. Someone put a lot of work into this, that's all I can say.
At first, I really didn't know what to make of this campsite. I've never seen anything like this, and it was so unexpected. We were out in the middle of nowhere. After the sun went down, this became an amazing place to spend the evening. We turned on the solar lights that were just hanging around the campsite, lit up both of our propane fire pits, and the ambient glow that was bouncing off the boulders that we were nestled in. We truly found some hidden treasure in the California desert that night.
So pretty settled in for the evening. About to start cooking up some dinner. Got the Blue Eddy charging off the truck right now, so I'm running that for a little bit. Got the tents all set up. Ready to start this night. Well, dinner was great. I just finished cleaning up the dishes, packing up the truck. Got to get out of here super early tomorrow morning. I've got plans with the family, and so mine is just tearing down the rooftop tent in the morning. I'm ready to hit the trail. Look guys, this one was a super fun one. It was really great to just get out somewhere local, do some exploring, some camping. Gonna spend the rest of the evening just hanging out by the campfire and call it a night here pretty soon. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.